All rise. The Honorable Chief Judge Karle Koritz presiding.
Thank you. Good to see you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Karle Koritz. I'm the Chief Judge of the 6th Judicial Circuit of the state of Illinois, and I know that I'm an unfamiliar face to many of you, and I also know that I'm not the man of the hour, so I will keep my comments brief. And in fact, I've been told my only responsibility this morning is to do just that, as brief as possible, so I'll do that. I just want to welcome Sam Limentato to the bench here today, and by extension his family who appears with, and you're part of a greater family now. I don't have a crystal ball and I don't have special powers, but I can say unequivocally the first time I met Sam, I knew instantly that he was going to be a judge someday. And I haven't wavered from that conviction in the 10 minutes that have passed from that time until now. Strange time we're in with COVID and the mask and the boardroom and social distancing. I haven't introduced myself to another judge with a fist bump like I did this morning, but that's where we're at. And we welcome Sam here. I don't want to be too long in my comments. I will say Sam is replacing, I shouldn't say replacing, that's not the right word to use. In fact, I don't know what the right word is to use, but Judge Ladd, Heidi Ladd, has retired, and Sam is assuming her seat. And I'm glad to see Heidi Ladd here today. I consider her a friend and a mentor and a titan of the legal community here in the 6th Judicial Circuit. And on the ballot in 2022, it's going to refer to the seat of Heidi Ladd. And in Sam Limentato's courtroom, he's going to have a plaque up here that's going to say Judge Limentato, but I would just encourage Sam to resist the urge to think of it as your courtroom, and just consider it the people's courtroom that you have the privilege of presiding over for a period of time. And I know you'll do just that, and you can't go wrong if you do that. And you have such a great group of mentors and judges and peers and colleagues to work with. So Sam, welcome. I will yield the floor to Judge Bohm.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Jason Bohm, and it is my pleasure to make a few remarks about Sam Limentato on this special day for him and for his family. But like Judge Koritz, I would be remiss if I did not also publicly recognize Judge Ladd. When I was appointed 2 years ago, Judge Ladd became my mentor. Then she became my colleague and my friend. So Judge Ladd, thank you. Thank you for being a practical example of how a good judge does not believe that she is the most important thing in the courtroom, but that the case and the people are more important than her. And being such an example, I'm sure Judge Ladd would have me turn now to the man of the hour. Sam Limentato graduated from the University of Illinois College of Law in 1994. And for the past 25 years has practiced here in Champaign County. He spent most of the past 20 years practicing with his partner, Ken Torricelli. In preparing to make some remarks today, I called a number of Sam's family, friends, and co-workers to get a sense of who he was. And since he spent the last 20 years with Ken, I decided to start there. 20 years is a long time to practice law together, and no doubt over that time you learn each other's strengths and weaknesses. And if the pandemic has taught us anything, it's not always easy being with the same people day after day after day. But after 20 years, when I called Ken, he had nothing but glowing things to say about Sam. He noted Sam's incredible work ethic and said that in 20 years, he rarely, if ever, beat Sam into the office. He also noted Sam's integrity, loyalty, and his devotion to his family. That family includes Sam's wife, Cindy, his kids, Michael, Nick, Paul, Katie, and Joey. And as I made more calls, I learned how Sam delighted in his family and in coaching his kids in sports and especially baseball. I was told over and over again that Sam loves baseball and the Chicago Cubs. His son Nick spoke about how his dad would remain positive and steady as a coach when other people could have become frustrated. Remaining positive when other people can become frustrated is the textbook definition of a Cubs fan. And I believe that temperament will serve him well on the judiciary. I would also note that the Cubs are currently in first place. Nick, like others, though, spoke about his dad's hard work, how hard of a worker his dad was. In fact, every person I spoke to spoke about Sam's work ethic. Well, where does that work ethic come from? It no doubt comes in part from his parents, Frank and Dolores. You see, Sam is the son of immigrants who taught him very early on about the value of hard work. After his parents immigrated, his dad opened a barber shop outside of Chicago, and at only 8 years old, Sam was enlisted to help his dad, to sweep the floors, and in fact, as an 8-year-old, was entrusted with taking the day's wages to the bank for deposit. Growing up that way certainly helped Sam learn about dedication, loyalty, integrity, and trust. These characteristics that I heard over and over again from his friends and family. Those traits will serve Sam well in his new role of public service. Being a judge is a public service, and public service is a public trust. Sam's father entrusted him as an 8-year-old boy with the day's wages. Now, Justice Rita Garman and the Illinois Supreme Court have entrusted Sam with the responsibilities of being a circuit judge. And I know I speak for all of my colleagues when I give Sam a warm welcome to the bench. So Sam, if you'd come forward for the oath. I, Sam Limentato,
I, Sam Limentato,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of Circuit Judge
the duties of Circuit Judge
of the 6th Judicial Circuit of Illinois,
of the 6th Judicial Circuit of Illinois,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The mask did help to hide my smile this whole time. I approach this day with humble gratitude and determination to meet this new charge with excellence. This day is made even more significant by the presence of so many in this room, and many who are unable to be present in person, who contributed to this milestone in my life and career. I must begin by thanking Justice Rita Garman for selecting me for this appointment. I thank the Illinois Supreme Court for their approval and order appointing me as circuit judge. I am also grateful for the diligent work undertaken by the selection committee assisting Justice Garman in her evaluation process. Thank you to Judge Jason Bohm for his kind introduction and for his investment in time in getting to know me better, and for his interviews of several people who know me best. I would be remiss to not recognize Judge Heidi Ladd, whose term I am privileged to complete. Judge Ladd has been gracious with her encouragement, advice, and presence here today. She set a standard of excellence in this role as judge, which is an inspiration and a mark of the highest quality that I will endeavor to honor and strive for in my own efforts. I'm thankful to my colleagues in the 6th Judicial Circuit, including Chief Judge Koritz, and in particular the Champaign County Judiciary. The judges of Champaign County have been welcoming and helpful to their newest colleague. I also have to particularly recognize Judge Randy Rosenbaum for being generous with his time, but also orienting me to his definition of, quote, light reading material. Normally, it's measured just by pages, but his definition was stacks of material to read in preparation for this task. I am also appreciative of and look forward to working with the many staff members of the Champaign County Courthouse that will help facilitate the completion of the tasks I am assigned. While this time period is governed by the term of social distancing physically, today is a confluence of my past, present, and future. This is a day where there is no distance between my expressions of gratitude to others and my determination to serve others in return. I've chosen serving in this profession because I enjoy the thought process of evaluating objective evidence and utilizing the relative certainty of calculations used in the accounting process. This day is further enhanced by the deep feelings of emotions provoked as I consider the special and important role to serve the people of Champaign County. Any analysis, any reason and emotion led to the clear conclusion that gratitude and determination are the overarching themes for this occasion. I have to pause in my expression of thanks, and there are many thank yous, to provide the following context. I fundamentally believe that our individual actions, while they may appear insignificant in isolation, actually determine the health and well-being of our society and community. This confidence in this concept comes from looking at and thinking of the many people who have impacted me by their individual actions. It may seem insignificant at the time an individual action is completed, but the combined result has been the framework of my life. What we do, and equally so, how we do anything in this life is important and matters to the futures of our families, community, and country. I am filled with gratitude for my chosen profession in the practice of law. I have a rich history with attorneys present here today and others watching with whom I attended law school, clerked for in law school, and worked for directly in my early years as an attorney. As to those aforereferenced attorneys, along with many others over my 25-year career, I've come to trust in their advice, friendship, and counsel. I have many opportunities to observe individuals that demonstrated the best leadership in practicing law came from being accessible and personable, while exercising a solid work ethic and a humble commitment to seek excellence and fair play. These are characteristics I will continue in my effort to emulate and incorporate in this new role for me as a judge. I had the opportunity at a young age to create and provide leadership in a small business in Champaign County, practicing law and employing several people in this community. Within that private practice of law, I am grateful for the partnership and continued friendship of the same business partner for over 20 years, and many excellent attorneys and staff who all contributed to the success of our firm. I am also thankful to my clients who expressed confidence in my counsel and services over 25 years. As my practice took me far and wide, I was privileged to encounter a wide breadth of experience with judiciary and attorneys in different geographic areas of the state of Illinois. This perspective, along with experiences gathered here in Champaign County, provides reassurance to me that the overwhelming desire of the judiciary and my colleagues in the practice of law, even those in opposition to me in a case, was to see fundamental justice completed in a fair and impartial manner with just results achieved. I appreciate the many well wishes and support I received from many of those same colleagues throughout the state. No professional accomplishments would be achieved without the personal investment of time and care by many close friends for both my family and I. These close friends have watched my family grow and have served them as examples of what positive contributions for the betterment of others looks like in practicality. Their many expressions of support and encouragement give me confidence that I do not undertake this task in isolation. To my family not physically present here today, particularly my middle son Paul and my brother David, I'm going to have to stick to the script during this part. and his family, Aubrey, Franny, and Caroline, and my brother-in-law, Cass. You're in my thoughts, and you've contributed to this moment as well. I want to recognize my extended family and many friends also watching and appreciate their support. I am pleased that my aunt and uncle, Angela and Bill Engel, are here, as they've been a constant reassuring presence to me. I am thrilled to have my sister Marilyn Limentato Black here, and I know that I can always count on her being in my corner. I am grateful to have my in-laws, Greg and Joyce Seitz, present here today as well. There are two extraordinary people who've been examples of selflessness, who are continuing to leave an amazing legacy by their quiet and steadfast investment in others. And the chief beneficiaries of such efforts include my siblings and me. My parents, Frank and Dolores Limentato, are here, and they have a story worthy of praise. I saw my father work long weeks as a barber, diligently exercising his craft he has worked at since he was 11 years old. I watched directly as a young child going to the shop with him on Saturdays that each customer was treated with the exact same time and respect in every way for each haircut, regardless of how much hair needed to be cut or was on their head. My mother worked just as diligently in cooperation with my dad in creating an atmosphere where we always knew that we were held to a high standard of conduct, but that we were cherished, valued, prayed for, and that there were no limits to their belief as to what we could accomplish. I have the incredible privilege and opportunity to pass on this rich legacy of belief and love to 5 of my very own favorite people. They are my children, Michael, Nick, Paul, Katie, and Joey. They are also now my favorite jury of my career. I could fill many hours telling all of you of their individual accomplishments, as I am immensely proud of them. They are or are becoming adults that are and will, by their individual actions, productively helping others, serving their country, their community, their workplaces, and any future families of their own. As is often, the best is saved for last. My wife, Cindy, has been my steadfast companion in our literal and figurative journeys of life, and we're approaching our 28th anniversary later this week. She's a woman of highest character who has never shied away from any task, whether difficult or pleasant, and is unquestionably dedicated to promoting the welfare of myself and our family. Without Cindy's love and efforts, we would not be where we are today. As I have now confirmed and detailed to a limited extent, I have much to be thankful for, and the individual efforts and investments into my life have been too many to recite. It has been said that to whom much is given, much is required. I've been given much by those I have already mentioned, and many I'm sure I have missed, but I am also beholden to Champaign County as a whole, as it has been a place where we have gratefully raised our family, engaged in a successful business, and proudly call home. To properly value what I've been given by all these individual efforts and the corporate effort, I am honored to now serve Champaign County by giving my very best in administering justice with the utmost diligence, with every judgment grounded on a proper application of existing laws to the situation presented. I am further committed to have each and every person, whether litigant, witness, attorney, juror, court personnel, or colleague, treated with respect and an equal and impartial application of the law and justice. At all times, but particularly in these uncertain times we currently face, I recognize the solemn charge to contribute to the judicial system by reassuring the public confidence that justice will be fairly, impartially, and timely rendered, and this process will remain a stable element in our society and county, which can be equally accessed and relied upon by all. It is with humble gratitude and unfaltering determination that I will endeavor to serve the people of Champaign County with excellence. Thank you.
Judge Limentato, I say congratulations and welcome. Court is in recess until the next scheduled call.
All rise. You can be seated.